you. Two suspects getting ready to face a judge in Orange County this morning after they led deputies on a wild chase. This went through 2 counties yesterday. Now, they allegedly stole a car in Orange County, then fled to Brevard County, then back to Orange, where they eventually bailed out of it. Deputies say the driver then hopped onto a motorcycle and took off again. He eventually dumped the motorcycle when it ran out of gas. He ran to some woods. Deputies ended up arresting 22-year-old Jacob Scott. The sheriff's office says he's facing multiple felony charges. His accomplices include 19-year-old Royal Cambrio and a 13-year-old boy. Well, it has been a wild ride for the Orange County Sheriff's Office over the last 24 hours, that is for sure. I think they're all going to need a nap today. Sheriff John Mina joining us right now with the latest. Good to see you, sir. How are you?
Good to see you. Good morning.
All right, so let's, Sheriff, if we can go back to this incident that happened overnight. This deputy's vehicle was parked in front of his house in Rockledge and was stolen. Do we know yet? How does that happen? Do we know, did the guy just figure out a way to get the car started, or how did he end up getting it in the first place?
Yeah, so not sure about that. All that's part of the investigation, and no doubt we'll get to the bottom of it.
And I imagine pretty scary for you to hear that the person who stole the SUV was trying to pull people over and then ended up forcing somebody off the road and run into a house. I mean, kind of a nightmare.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a long time, and that's I haven't heard that one for quite a while. So, you know, anytime someone gets law enforcement equipment, or especially a vehicle, and then are using it to impersonate a law enforcement officer, which is a felony here in Florida, very, very serious. So I'm confident that we'll get that person under arrest.
All right, and Sheriff, let's go back to this this incident yesterday with this stolen car, and what a mess that was trying to track these guys down. Kind of take us back to yesterday and what the thought process is when you guys are trying to apprehend somebody who's running from you like that.
Right, so our auto theft unit, very good at what they do, and mostly in unmarked vehicles, and set up on people who we believed had stolen cars in their possession, which they did. And as soon as we find out and confirm that they're in a stolen vehicle, many times we call upon our helicopter to get up in the air and to surveil from a distance, so that we're not actually in pursuit of the vehicle. So, but obviously these folks are driving crazy. Glad that they were arrested. Glad we got them off the streets and recovered those stolen vehicles.
Well, and you bring up such a good point. And the reason that you guys don't pursue is because you're concerned about other people out on the road. Obviously, this happened right in the middle of the day.
Right, so high traffic area. That's why our units back way off. Even if they're in unmarked vehicles, we don't want the people to believe that we may be chasing them. We did our due diligence, got our helicopter up in the air to surveil from a distance, and you can't outrun the radio and you can't outrun a helicopter. So thankfully they were under arrest.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. And Sheriff, how shocked were you guys when all of a sudden he bails out of the car and hops right on that guy's motorcycle and takes off that again?
Yeah, so watching the video myself, it was evident that they were just trying to get back to the motorcycle so that he could take off. And certainly the motorcycles can go places and do things that our patrol cars can't. So that's why the importance of having the air support up there and having our helicopter. And like I said, you're not going to be able to get away from us once that happens.
Well, Sheriff, I meant what I said. I hope you guys all get a nap today, because it has been a really crazy 24 hours for you guys. So glad everybody's okay. That, of course, is the main thing, that nobody got hurt. So thank you so much.